You're watching the latest updates for Egypt on Qnews. Let's move on to the latest developments. Egypt's President El-Sisi has issued 3 decrees to establish the Supreme Council for Media Regulation, the National Press Authority, and the National Media Authority. Khaled Abdelaziz heads the Supreme Council for Media Regulation with members from several fields. The National Media Authority, led by Ahmed Al-Musallemani, includes members from various sectors, including the Minister of Finance and the Media Syndicate. The National Press Authority, headed by Abdel Sadiq El-Shourbagi, also includes representatives from the State Council and the National Press. Each council would serve a term of 4 years. Egyptian Foreign Minister Badr Abdel-Ati has highlighted shared challenges and opportunities in the region during the participation in the opening of the 10th Rome Mediterranean Dialogues Forum. Abdel-Ati called for a ceasefire in Gaza and Lebanon, unimpeded humanitarian aid, and progress toward the two-way situation. He also emphasized leveraging the Mediterranean's economic and energy potential, addressing illegal migration, and resolving Red Sea tensions. Additionally, he announced that Egypt will host a humanitarian conference on December the 2nd. Egypt's foreign minister has met with his Lebanese counterpart, Abdullah Abu Habib, at the Rome Mediterranean Dialogues Forum. They discussed Lebanon's current situation and efforts for a ceasefire. Abdel-Ati reaffirmed Egypt's support for Lebanon's institutions, including the army, and highlighted the recent aid shipment. After speaking at the opening session, Badr Abdel-Ati has met with his French counterpart, Jean-Noël Barrot, during the Rome Mediterranean Dialogues Forum. Abdel-Ati praised strong bilateral ties and encouraged increased French investment in Egypt, citing reforms to improve the investment climate. Discussions included calls for a Gaza ceasefire, unhindered humanitarian aid, and advancing the two-state solution. The ministers also addressed Lebanon's crisis, emphasizing a ceasefire and UNIFIL support. The meeting was followed by another one with North Macedonia's Foreign and Trade Minister at the Rome Mediterranean Dialogues Forum. Abdel-Ati emphasized Egypt's desire to enhance bilateral ties and boost trade, inviting the Mikun Sikik to Cairo for high-level talks and a business forum. He also discussed escalating tensions in Gaza and Lebanon, highlighting Egypt's ongoing efforts for an immediate ceasefire and regional de-escalation. On the sidelines of the forum, Egypt's Foreign Minister Badr Abdel-Ati has emphasized efforts to enhance food security through the National Food and Nutrition Strategy 2022-2030 and proposed hosting a global grain hub. During a meeting with FAO Director General Q Dong-Yu at the Rome Mediterranean Dialogues Forum, Abdel-Ati voiced concern about global hunger, regional crisis, and Gaza's humanitarian challenges. The Egyptian Foreign Minister also highlighted Egypt's aid efforts, hosting over 9 million refugees, praised FAO initiatives, and reaffirmed commitment to collaboration with UN agencies on regional crises. Secretary General of the Arab League, Ahmed Abul Ghait, has criticized Israel's efforts to achieve the impossible and return to a pre-October 7th situation, highlighting Israel's violent wars in Gaza and Lebanon, disregarding humanitarian values. That came during his speech at the Rome Mediterranean Dialogues Forum, where he expressed concerns about the future of coexistence among people in the region. Abul Ghait also condemned Israel's ongoing aggression in the West Bank, including daily raids, land seizures, and administrative arrests, and its occupation of 82% of historic Palestine, seeking to control the remaining 18% under the guise of self-defense. For further analysis on Egypt's participation at the Rome Mediterranean Dialogues Forum today, we're joined from Cairo by managing editor of Egypt's Al-Ahram newspaper, Mr. Ashraf Al-Ashri. A very good day, and it's a pleasure to have you with us on the show. Sir, welcome to Qnews, and can you shed light on the key challenges and opportunities Egypt's foreign minister addressed at the Rome Mediterranean Dialogues Forum, and how regional cooperation could help tackle these issues as soon as possible?
Good evening for you and for all your viewers. Of course, one of the most important challenges is the importance of the international community supporting the Egyptian effort for a ceasefire in Gaza Strip and in southern Lebanon, especially that the Egyptian foreign minister has arrived to Rome in order to explain for the other regional partners for the Egyptian efforts in order to increase the process of the ceasefire, especially that Egypt in the previous 2 years has been playing an important pivotal role and have been offering many initiatives for a ceasefire in Gaza and also in Lebanon. We should forget that the foreign minister was in Lebanon on 13 November. And he has been delivering about 13 tons of aid for the Lebanese and to speak with them about the coordination between Egypt and Lebanon for a ceasefire in Lebanon. And I think that we can see some results for these cooperations with the Egyptian cooperation with other regional partners. One of the other many challenges is maintaining the security, especially in the Red Sea and the international navigation, especially that what happening at the Strip and the war in the region has caused a lot of tensions and many economic losses for the Egyptian
could you
state.
provide insights into Egypt's call for a ceasefire in Gaza and Lebanon? Has there been any significant progress on this front?
Of course, there is some positive indicators in the coming hours, especially regarding the Israeli-Lebanese alignment through the American mediation. I think tomorrow we're going to see a meeting in order to have this approval for a ceasefire and the truce that will continue for 60 days and the deployment of the Lebanese army in the southern Lebanon. I think there is results, and we're going to see an international committee from other 5 states, including one Arab state that will work to implement the ceasefire and resolution, the continuation for 1701. And I think on the coming Thursday, we will see some alignment, maybe on Wednesday or Thursday. Maybe we're going to see a full truce in Lebanon and the discussions between Lebanon and between and Israel that according to the statements that we are close from a ceasefire, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow after taking the final approval from the Israeli side. I think all the indicators and the science are giving a positive indicators that there is maybe a ceasefire soon in Lebanon, and but the situation in Gaza Strip, there is no improvement regarding ceasefire until now.
That was the managing editor of Egypt's Al-Ahram News. Very much. And we move on with Bulletin. Egypt heard the International Industry Forum and Exhibition held at the Manara Conference Center. The event, held under the patronage of His Highness President El-Sisi, aims to support industrial growth, foster investments, and challenges within the sector. The forum includes discussions on industrial investment, sustainability, digital transformation, and the emphasized the government's commitment to enhancing the industrial sector, boosting exports and supporting small and medium-sized enterprises. After the opening of the third International Industry Forum, Egypt's Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli inaugurated the event's exhibition. Touring various pavilions, Madbouli highlighted the exhibition as a key platform for showcasing innovations, fostering industrial partnerships, and reducing imports by boosting local production. Major participants included governmental bodies, private companies, and the Military Engineering Authority. Discussions covered localizing production, aligning technical education with market needs, expanding export opportunities. Madbouli emphasized the government's commitment to support private sector growth and deepening Egypt's industrial capabilities. Egyptian Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and Governor of the Central Bank of Egypt Hassan Abdullah. The meeting reviewed the key macroeconomic indicators. El-Sisi was briefed on the positive indicators related to the banking sector, monetary policy, and the exchange rate, as well as the central bank's policy to combat inflation. The discussion also focused on the government's efforts to increase foreign currency reserves. The Central Bank of Egypt announced that the remittances from Egypt's expertise surged by 107% in September, reaching $2.7 billion compared to $1.3 billion in the same month last year. The CBE attributed this substantial growth to ongoing positive impacts from economic reforms introduced in March, which have boosted foreign currency inflows. During the first quarter of the 2024-2025 fiscal year, remittances increased by 84.4% to approximately $8.3 billion, up from $4.5 billion in the corresponding period of the previous year. That brings us to the end of our news bulletin. Here is what we have been covering. President El-Sisi issues decrees to establish media regulation, press and media authorities. Minister of Foreign Affairs Badr Abdulati discusses regional challenges and opportunities at the Mediterranean Dialogues Forum. And Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli attends the third International Industry Forum and exhibition opening. That's all for now. Remember to stay updated by following Qnews for the latest developments.